Please subscribe to my channel. I can still see her laugh that night, sharp and clear, as if it happened only yesterday. We sat at opposite ends of the bed, me buried in emails, her scrolling through TikTok, until I finally broke the silence. "It's been 2 months, Emily," I said quietly. "We're married. We should at least be trying to reconnect." She glanced up, a faint smirk tugging at her lips, and then let out a short, cutting laugh that hurt more than any argument we'd ever had. "You're not sleeping with me," she said, mockery dripping from each word, like she was delivering a punchline. "Not until I feel like it. Deal with it." My stomach sank. She had brushed me aside before, but that night it felt heavier, colder. There was no reasoning, no apology, just sharp dismissal. As if my feelings and desires were meaningless. I didn't respond. I stared at the ceiling, listening to her soft, steady breathing, the silence widening between us with every passing second. The next morning, I tried again, hoping for connection, understanding. "Emily, this isn't just about sex," I said carefully. "It's about intimacy, being partners, being a team." She rolled her eyes dismissively. "You're so dramatic. Not everything revolves around you." Something inside me shifted. For weeks, I blamed myself, wondering if I wasn't patient enough, attentive enough, attractive enough. But eventually, the truth became undeniable. It wasn't about me. It was about respect, or more precisely, her lack of it. I began noticing the small signs I had overlooked. Hours spent texting and giggling at her phone while barely speaking to me. Late nights at work returning with a scent I didn't recognize. At first, I told myself I was imagining things, but deep down I knew. The breaking point came one Friday evening. I was in the hallway when her voice drifted from the kitchen. "He's so needy," she laughed, a sound that made my chest tighten. "It's like living with a teenager. Don't worry, he won't do anything. He never does." I froze. Hearing her mock me so openly to someone else, anger replaced hurt instantly. That night, while she was still on the phone, I quietly opened my laptop and began researching divorce attorneys. I needed to know my options, to prepare for what was coming. Over the weekend, I kept my composure, smiled, made coffee, acted as if nothing had changed. Inside, though, I was resolute. My instincts told me there was more beneath the surface, and I wouldn't ignore it. On Sunday, she mentioned meeting a friend for brunch. I watched her get ready, full makeup, a new dress, heels she hadn't worn since our wedding. My chest tightened, but I nodded and said, "Have fun." Once she left, I followed at a distance, far enough to remain unnoticed, close enough to see her enter a quiet cafe and step into the arms of a man I didn't know. They embraced intimately, familiar and unmistakable. Secret smiles, gentle touches, whispered words meant only for each other. I didn't confront them or raise my voice. I quietly recorded 10 minutes of proof. Every laugh, every glance, every subtle gesture. When she finally kissed him goodbye in the parking lot, my chest burned, but I had what I needed. That evening, she returned home, all smiles, planting a casual kiss on my cheek. "How was brunch?" I asked evenly. "Fine," she said, kicking off her shoes. "Good," I replied, holding up my phone, "because I'd hate to think you were being dishonest." Her face drained of color as I pressed play. Every moment of betrayal unfolded before her. Laughter, touches, secret smiles. She opened her mouth, but no words came. "Emily," I said slowly, letting the weight of my anger settle, "do you understand how humiliating it is to be laughed at in my own home, in my own marriage, and then discover this behind my back?" Her hands shook as she reached for the phone. "It's not what it looks like," she stammered. I cut her off. "It is exactly what it looks like." My voice was sharp, unwavering. "I'm done pretending this is a marriage." For the first time, I saw fear in her eyes. She tried to reach for me, but I stepped back. "Do you think this is a joke?" I asked, my voice trembling with anger. "You won't be laughing tomorrow." That night, I packed a suitcase, sent the evidence to my lawyer, and slept on the couch. Not because I had to, but to put distance between us. The next morning, I avoided breakfast and any conversation. When she entered the kitchen, eyes red, face weary, she asked softly, "Can we talk?" "We did talk last night," I said flatly. "Now it's time to act." She sat across from me, hands twisting nervously. "It was a mistake," she whispered. "It didn't mean anything." I looked her in the eyes. Emily, you laughed at me, mocked me, and then betrayed me. That choice alone endangered our entire marriage." Tears spilled down her cheeks. "I can change, I swear, just don't leave me." I shook my head. "You made your choice when you chose him over us. I won't beg for scraps of affection." She grabbed my hand, desperation in her eyes. "You can't throw away everything we've built." I slowly pulled my hand back. "You already did. Every time you cheated, every time you laughed at my love, the room was silent, except for your sobs." I stood, picked up the divorce papers I'd printed that morning, and placed them on the table. "I want a divorce," I said calmly, unwavering. Her face crumpled. "Please don't," she cried. "I deserve a wife who respects me," I said. "You deserve the man you've been sneaking around with. Go be with him." That afternoon I left, suitcase in the trunk, my future suddenly wide open. For the first time in months, I felt something I hadn't felt in a long while. Peace. A week later she texted, "I made a mistake. Please come home." I didn't respond. The papers were signed, the court date set. When we faced the judge, she wept quietly, but I shed no tears. Walking out of the courthouse, I realized something important. The most powerful act isn't always shouting, fighting, or pleading. Sometimes it's reclaiming your life, refusing to settle for anything less than respect, love, and truth.